Welcome back to Stat Plus, where we empower you to have smarter conversations on global markets, policy changes, and industry trends wherever you go. Today, we're examining how President Trump's recent healthcare executive order could significantly boost India's pharmaceutical sector. With streamlined FDA approvals for generics and biosimilars, Indian drug manufacturers stand poised to capture substantial new opportunities in the massive U.S. market. Let's dive into the implications and the bigger economic strategy behind this pivotal policy shift. President Trump's recent executive order to revamp federal healthcare policies marks a significant development for India's pharmaceutical industry. The directive specifically instructs the FDA to streamline approval processes for generic and biosimilar drugs, a move that positions Indian pharma manufacturers at a considerable advantage, given that India is the world's largest supplier of generics by volume. The rationale behind this decision is twofold: to lower Medicare expenses and to offset the inflationary impact of new trade deficit-oriented reciprocal tariffs imposed by the U.S. administration. Generic medications in the U.S. typically cost 80 to 85% less than their branded counterparts, with biosimilars offering savings of 25 to 30% compared to reference biologics. In the scenario where inflation is expected to rise in the U.S. due to broader import restrictions, promoting generics could serve as a critical deflationary tool. The U.S. pharmaceutical industry generated approximately $630 billion in revenue during 2024, making it one of America's most significant economic sectors. This valuation places pharmaceuticals just below consumer auto sales, which generated $867 billion, and substantially ahead of both electronics, $200 billion, and textiles, $125 billion. The increased inflation across these other manufacturing sectors could potentially be offset by substantial savings in the pharma sector. For U.S. pharmaceutical innovators, any domestic revenue impact from increased generic competition should get counterbalanced by enhanced international market access, particularly in high-growth economies like India. This could come through the bilateral treaties being negotiated in the wake of these tariff actions. This reflects a sophisticated economic calculation. While accepting increased domestic competition, U.S. pharma companies can gain expanded opportunities because of their ability to penetrate emerging markets, even those with low per capita income levels. Eli Lilly's recent launch of weight loss and diabetes drug Mounjaro in India exemplifies this dynamic. The strategic importance of India's market, over 100 million individuals with diabetes or obesity, represents a massive addressable population that American pharmaceutical innovations cannot afford to overlook. This approach by the U.S. administration to leverage distributed international consumption as a growth lever extends beyond pharmaceuticals to other innovation sectors, including advanced AI services such as Claude and ChatGPT, where international adoption drives revenue growth, data sourcing, and technological advancement. Adding urgency to this policy recalibration is the U.S. Federal Reserve's recent long-term growth projection: 3 consecutive years with sub-2% GDP growth, a pattern not witnessed since comprehensive economic data collection began in the 1960s. In such an environment, curbing inflation becomes imperative for the U.S. government to stave off a stagflationary spiral that could push the economy into a recession. Here at Stat Plus, our goal remains to provide you with the insights needed to confidently engage in smarter conversations. Whether you're at work, school, the gym, or catching up with friends over coffee, we'd love your perspective. Do you think streamlining generic drug approvals in the U.S. will significantly benefit India's pharmaceutical exports in the long term? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video insightful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the latest trends. Stay informed, stay ahead. See you in the next video.